following is not trading advice. Everything I say is my opinion. I am not responsible for any losses you may take, only the profits. What's up, Octo Nation? I'm your host, Charlie. I'm going to go over some SPACs today and some side plays that I haven't heard many people talk about that I think might be of interest to y'all. So today what happened, big thing on the street is HOFF finally moved over to its new ticker, Hall of Fame. If you guys don't know what this is about, this is basically like a crazy football camp that they're going to be doing out in Ohio, believe it or not. There's also talk of doing one in some sort of side play in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas play is still in the talks with Caesar's Palace. I'll try to touch on that here in a second. But the big news with this is I guess there's going to be a lot of kids that can come out and play these games. There's also going to be celebrity endorsements. The NFL's involved. There's gambling talk involved. This is going to be a potential huge play. They've already got the stadium on lock of what it's going to look like here. These are digital renderings. It's going to be a big, huge park. There's going to be smaller team stuff, but then also Hall of Fame games, even maybe some possible college stuff I'm sure they're going to bring in here. But this is going to be something huge. Now, the side play I wanted to talk about is they've been in talks with Caesar's Palace for about 2 years now about partnering up with them. Okay. And they're talking about getting a section in Caesar's Palace itself where they're going to be able to do gambling on the game. So that there's going to be a whole brand of this Hall of Fame section for Caesar's Palace. Okay. The site I wanted to step into with that is that Eldorado, I believe it's who it is, Eldorado. I'll put it down in the description. I might be wrong. I think it's Eldorado is the company that's looking at buying Caesar's Palace right now. Kind of a crazy time to be buying a hotel chain, a gambling casino that is still pretty much closed down on the strip. But anyways, if Caesar's ends up selling this off to Eldorado has got a stock symbol, so you can invest in Eldorado. And the reason this all correlates is because you can, if you get all through these stocks, you can make money. If this merger goes through with them all, you can make money in every single play, right? So you can make money with the Eldorado play. And then there's another one called William Hill. William Hill is the gambling brand that is contracted in through Eldorado. So if they buy Caesar's Palace, they're going to switch their sports betting into the William Hill. Now, William Hill, of course, has its own ticker also. Here's the HOFF's new ticker symbol. This was a SPAC just as of yesterday. And now you can see it is not even registering yet here on TradingView. But right now it is, I think it just fell right off the bat. Let's see here. See if we can find it. I know it was on Thinkorswim earlier. Okay. It looks like it went up to about $2, up 15% of the day, so that's decent. But let's go back down to this Eldorado play. I think it's Eldorado. Is that what this is? Eldorado Resorts. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so these are the guys that might be buying Caesar's Palace. Okay. Now the side play is this William Hill. Okay, this is the branded sports betting and they're all over the world. They've got them in Europe and all over. So they're contracted in with Eldorado. So if Eldorado buys Caesar's Palace, these guys are going to shoot too. I think this would be a kind of a cool play. They even do online gambling too. So you can go to WilliamHill.com or whatever the website is and actually just sports bet right now. Obviously that's down because of what's going on, but eventually you're gonna be sitting pretty fat on this one. Right now, it's sitting at a $1.50. The chart is kind of looking like everything. We all had this big, huge. We were all sitting fine, into February. Then March we had the big dip. Everything kind of rallied. This basically doubled its price, just like about everything else. Came close to where it was trading before, and then, sorry, I got a package there. And then it dipped down. So it's kind of sitting where many stocks are actually sitting right now. So it's still got a decent amount to run to get up. You've got another about 80% to just hit back up to these other normal highs. All right, now let's switch over to some SPAC plays. All right, I'm gonna go grab the puppy. Okay, there we go. All right, this is Ernie. Say hi, Ernie. Okay. All right. This is DMYT. This is a cool one here. This is a new one that just launched. They don't even have an LOI yet. They don't have a business that they've set that they're going to acquire yet. But these guys have been in the mobile business for quite some time. Kind of a young set of dudes, but they've got some great stuff they've done, and they've made a ton of money doing some weird, funky apps. So this could be, I think this is a current, post, and future-proof business to have because it's on a mobile phone. Mobile phones are the one thing that is never going to go anywhere other than up. So this is a pure speculation play, but I like the management. I like the stuff they've done in the past. So this is something I'm believing in. I currently have a order set up for around $1.62. I actually placed that I think yesterday when it was, I don't know, around $1.40-ish. Just in case. My biggest fear is always to buy something. The second you buy it, then it goes down. The second you buy it, there's nothing like it. So I'd personally rather pay another 10% than what it's trading at, and just put this order in on top of it. That way it doesn't go down. So this is a perfect case. If I would have bought yesterday at around $1.40, and today it went down to $1.21, so I've been screwed. So I'm glad I haven't bought yet, but I have this in just in case. So sometimes with these, you'll have news that'll come out, and within a split second, the thing will moonshoot. It'll double within an hour, and you just don't know. You just don't know with these. You can't. It's impossible to catch them all. There are some services that'll even send you text messages when new stuff comes out, but sometimes it's better just put a stop about 10-15% above something, and hope you catch something on the way to the moon, because then you can ride with them. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so SHLL, I put a tight stop sell in here. I actually bought this one yesterday. I used yellow as my buy, so this is what I bought it at. And then I had a sell order in after I bought it down to here, and it actually tagged that today, so I'm actually out. I'll probably still get back in, maybe eventually. We got to see some more stability going on before I think I buy in again. It's definitely riding this channel here. Get this mess out of here. So we've got this big gap that it popped at, and it's kind of been riding this channel here the past couple days since July 1st. Kind of been riding in this channel here. It did pop up, so that was cool, but man, it just dropped way back down. We're sitting at about 17% in less than a day. Rose up, went back down. I know the day traders are just having heydays on pretty much every sector right now. I don't blame them. It's probably honestly a smarter move in the times we're at, because this stock market still is pretty much running on hopium, for lack of a better word. This still has some way to go up. It's definitely super hyped up, but these guys are an actual business. They've actually got products being delivered, I think, really soon. They've also got the one that's being delivered soon, I believe, is like the hybrid model where you can still keep your gas engine, and then you can just put on the new drivetrain for these electric trucks, and then just a battery pack, and you're pretty much good. The new one that's coming out is like a full system that's got a generator that runs on natural gas that sits in front of the truck. That's coming out here soon, but we'll just have to ride the wave. And this one, I think you'd be safe if you I guess you'd have to be above. Now we've got another line in the sand, probably right here. So if you put a buy-in somewhere around under 11-ish, you could probably catch a big rise up if it does jack. But this one's already ran quite a bit, as you can see, within the past couple months. I mean, less than that. June 9th, it was traded for 64 cents. So, all right, let's move on to SOAC. Now, SOAC is trying to brand itself and ride that super hype train of the green movement. Okay, good for them. Why not? Everyone wins, right? I went ahead and bought in not right when I heard about it, but right when I saw some volume pickup, and then it did this nice little bam up overnight. Went from I can't even tell. There's so little volume, it doesn't even tell you. But it jacked up, got brought back down by the volume, settled somewhere around here on the 84. I ended up buying it, put in a call. Not a call, stop order in up here, ended up grabbing it, and now we're sitting around 93. This is one that when news hits, say they haven't announced a target yet, but once they even announce a target, this is something that'll 2x in an hour. Obviously the safer plays on these SPACs is to get into the regular non-warrants. This is the warrant here. You got a lot higher risk with this, but you can get your 2, 5, and 10x is a hell of a lot easier with these versus the regular shares, which usually trade and start around $10 to $11. The cool thing with the shares, though, is they've got a floor. So let's say they announce a target, everything looks good, and then stock is up to like $30 or something, and then for some reason that company just goes under, or who knows what happens. It's gone. What can happen with that stock is going to tank, right? The cool thing is it's going to have a floor of the minimum that thing is worth. So even if at the end of the contract, which is 2 years for us, about 2 years ish for most SPACs, you're still left with about a $10 plus some interest. So let's say about $10.50 ish left at the floor. So no matter what, that stock is still going to be worth about $10. So if you get into the regular stocks, like the regular stock for this would be just SOAC. If you get into just that, you buy anywhere around 10, 10.50, whatever. It's like one of the safest stock bets you can make. Safer than most ETFs for sure nowadays. Way safer than gold. Hate to say it, I love gold. I'll try not to get sidetracked into gold or precious metals, but anyways, there we go. Talk about a couple more here. This was another side play that would run and coincide with the whole green movement and the whole green vehicles thing going on. This is called Power Metals. Okay? These guys are huge on lithium. All right. So these are, I believe, mostly Canada. It's Canada and USA. I think they've got like a Colorado mine, and then they've got some Canadian mines. And these guys are just big on green metals, right? Their power metals are about batteries. They've got lithium and rhodium, I believe, and a couple other ones I don't know what they're used for, but that's something to kind of watch. It'd be kind of a cool play to supplement, Tesla and all the other lithium hounds that are coming out. This one again, kind of sitting like, this one's actually way higher than it was pre-March Hulk smash here. So it's actually ran up quite a bit. You still got another From all-time highs, you've probably got another, 35%, 38% to still run. So this one has a nice little downturn, still a safe buy in here. I mean, I'd probably draw it at this line here and run off of that. Ding, ding, goes straight across. So it's trying to ride this. If it breaks this, I'd say it's a buy. So you could put a buy in anywhere above, I'd say, about 26, and it's probably going to go north. All right. Let's go down the line here, see what else we got going on. This is kind of a funky one I don't really understand. Gets into I guess they do some like digital trading stuff. It could be even stock market stuff, but I mean, it's a little bit over my head. It's commodity trading and trade finance platforms. I couldn't even find, I only researched maybe like 10 minutes, but I couldn't really find like any brands they're with. I mean, they could be like a backbone for any of the trading platforms, I guess, maybe ETFs, maybe just a certain broker. I don't even know. Anyways, I jumped into this one. I bought in here. It ended up riding up. I probably had a 50% gain and then got greedy, didn't sell. I was like, oh, it's going to go up. Come on now. And, a couple days later, less than a day, bam, I hit my stop here. I still made a tiny bit of money because I went from 140 to 150, but, I think anything over 20%, it's about the time that you should take money and be damn proud of yourself for doing it. All right, LCA, I think this is going to be the next big hype stock, unless something else comes out, as for SPACs at least. This baby here is got a letter of intent deal with Golden Nugget Casinos. I think everyone has pretty much heard of Golden Nugget. I mean, it's one of the most popular brands in casinos out there. They've got their own mobile platform gambling. They're going to get into regular gambling, sports betting. The dude who started this, he actually owns the Houston Rockets. He's a billionaire. Tons of connections. I mean, this has got hype train written all over it. Has it already jumped? Heck yeah. I mean, again, it went from that 10-ish range, 11-ish, 10-ish, and then boom, overnight they announced it. Jacked all the way up there. 35%, right? Since then, of course, people started taking profits. It did even jump higher. It's riding some bullish looking flaggies like this kind of was. Now it's just doing this weird consolidation. It's riding these trend lines though. It's hitting the 50-day moving average, and then you got the 18-day here, I bought in here because it was riding this bull flag, and so I put a buy in here. Boom, it grabbed it, rode up a little bit, and then just back down. Past couple days we've had some sell-offs. I think people always get sketchy around holidays, especially when they're big holiday weekends. You don't know what's going to happen, especially with all the crazy stuff going on. Who knows? So people are kind of just sketched out, I think. I think if by Monday nothing real crazy happened, I think everything's pretty much going to start rallying again. If you want to be super safe on this, you could throw a buy-in over maybe 1650-ish, but still, that's a tight pipe, and I would definitely wait to see what this is going to do, because this is also sitting. You could draw a red going down line around here, here, even about there-ish too. So this could break down even more. These are the common stocks, by the way. I've already got these, and then I've got to order in for these, which is the same, just the warrants. This has got a crazy surfable trend in here. You can see the moving averages jumped in. This one gets spiked up. This hit 7. It's already down to 369. So this has tons of room to run on this. I don't see any reason why this thing wouldn't at least double or triple your money by the end of the year. Easy. Once we get a little bit more confidence coming back to these SPACs, I think, like I said, early next week, probably we'll see some rallies if nothing crazy happens this weekend. God bless us all, right? Let's all pray, all right? I have an order in, which is above this channel. So if it breaks out of this channel that it's writing, I confidently think it's going to keep going up. Will it? It might not. It might come right back down. But chances are, breaks the channel, breaks this green line here about 14.19. It's sitting here now. It could tag here and come back down again, but then put it all the way at 2.73. That's so low for a SPAC with this kind of play. I mean, gambling and green stuff are the big hot items right now. Some food, but green and gambling are huge. DraftKings, stuff like that. I mean, people have made tons of money with that. So I think once they start selling out of those, they're going to be looking for the next one. And this one, I'd say, is probably the front runner right now for biggest and most way to run. I'm going to cut this video right now. I could keep going on these, but just let me know down in the comments if you guys have any certain tickers or companies you want me to take a look at for the next video. Maybe I'll pop one on this weekend. This will be it for now. This is recording date at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, hour after markets closed on Friday. I hope everyone has a safe and awesome weekend and plays with tons of fire and blows some stuff up. But be safe, will you? If you wouldn't mind hitting the like, comment, subscribe on me, show me a little bit of love, and I'll keep showing it back. Thanks again.